Hello everyone, my name is Frederick. I'm currently a student within the School of Public Health with a concentration in epidemiology. Previous to this program, I received my undergraduate degree in sociology from the University of North Texas. It's from this background that my interests in epidemiology manifest. I want to use these skills and the knowledge gained here at UNTL Science Center to benefit those impacted by disasters and hope to one day help to redesign warning systems. To accomplish this, I want to study socially vulnerable groups so as to increase the awareness of their disadvantaged positions as it relates to hazard response. The Federal Emergency Management Agency is a likely target for employment once I graduate, as well as any public health department given their integral role in emergency response at the community level. Currently, I work as a restaurant trainer for Darden Restaurants. Albeit my experience here is unrelated to public health, training new staff members has allowed me to develop the leadership, communication, and problem-solving skills expected of public health professionals today. In making my career counseling plan and this presentation, I was really able to strengthen my goal-setting skills. This was actually something I've always been good at. My undergraduate minor was actually in management, so I was able to develop this skill set as I worked to complete that degree. Of the things I learned that I will always incorporate into the design of my goals was the concept of SMART goals. The handout I have provided details this information, but I want to start and share it here with y'all as well. When creating goals, it's important to make them SMART. You'll know that your goal is SMART when it is specific. This will help you to easily communicate your goal and will help others understand it. Second, it needs to be measurable. This will help you keep track of your progress towards the attainment of this goal. Third, it needs to be attainable. It has to be possible for you to attain this goal. Next, it must be relevant. You should consider why this goal is important to you and whether it's worth your time and effort. And lastly, it needs to be timely. When creating your goal, you must consider a time element. This was the process I used in undergraduate school when I set the goals that helped me to get to where I am today, and it has helped me to set the goals that will lead me into the future. Before I discuss my career goals in the conversation I had with my advisor, I want to address my strengths and weaknesses. To start, one of the things I've been lucky to have success in is time management. This strength is critical in meeting deadlines and staying on track with regard to completing my degree program. I was not always proficient in this area, but the thing that helped me the most was writing everything out that I needed to accomplish and on what day I was going to work towards it. Being able to really see which goals you've created helps you to stay on track and not to forget about important tasks. Another strength I possess is using SAS to recode variables, analyze data, and interpret charts and graphs. SAS is widely used in different industries. Possessing this valuable skill will allow me to analyze large data sets, which is a primary responsibility that I will have in public health. I really enjoy using SAS, so when I had to learn it, and when I devote time to learning more, I see it as a labor of love. On the opposing side of the conversation, one area I really struggle in is embracing change. I can't really describe why this is so difficult to me, but I'm certain it's something that needs addressing. I'm currently minimizing this weakness by using my planning skill set to improve my contingency planning capability. Having a plan for when things change will alleviate the associated stress. I found this strategy to be successful. I know it's not something I can change overnight, but if I allocate my attention and my resources, I'm hopeful for the day whenever I can turn this into a strength. Another weakness is public speaking, with the problem being associated with fear. I've never liked getting up and speaking in front of people, and I find what exasperates the problem the most is trying to memorize what I say. To improve in this area, I plan to attend a public speaking seminar or take a class in communications or speech. By doing this, I feel I can really get some much needed practice that will help me overcome this fear. I've broken my career counseling goals into two categories, proximate and discal, with the former being directly conducive to the latter. For the spring semester of this year, I want to attain 3 goals. The first is to join a professional organization. I've narrowed it down to 3 choices, all of which being directly related to my desired career field. The choices are the Council for State and Territorial Epidemiologists, the Association for Disaster Preparedness and Response, or the Urban and Regional Information Systems Association. I'm leaning more towards the latter of the 3 because it's associated with GIS and they provide networking as well as development opportunities. The second goal is to develop my interviewing skills by creating a Rolodex of answers to commonly asked questions. The advice given to me by Lauren when I completed my interview with her, it's great advice, really. I need to have a go-to set of answers that I know that will be answers to questions that will be asked. The last goal for the spring semester is to gain employment as a hazard mitigation planner for the North Central Texas Council of Governments. I was offered this opportunity by one of my classmates, and all I need to do now is interview for the position. Being a hazard mitigation planner for FEMA is actually one of my distal goals, so the experience I'll gain with this position will help me to achieve this goal. For summer of 2016, I want to accomplish several things. First, I want to attend a Geographic Information Systems conference or a workshop that's offered by my preferred professional organization. I also want to develop a network within this professional organization, and this will benefit me because the majority of GIS users work in government, and this is ultimately where my career goals will take me. And lastly, I want to register for a communications or speech class to help me get over my fear with public speaking. For the fall of 2016, I want to begin my GIS certificate. Become proficient in HAZUS, which is a computer program that's used within emergency preparedness and response, and acts as a prediction model for the economic, social, and physical costs associated with various hazards. And also, I want to develop a list of potential internships that will satisfy my degree program requirements. In the spring of 2017, I want to earn a certificate in SAS. This will require me to sit for the SAS Certifier's exam, and I'm currently allocating 3 hours a week to reading SAS code and developing a deeper understanding for the program. For my distal goals, in 3 years, I want to gain employment with FEMA as a hazard mitigation planner or a GIS specialist, or for a public health department or hospital within a surveillance or emergency planning response capacity. Using the experience I can gain from the hazard mitigation position I will interview for this semester, and the network I'll create within my chosen professional organization, I can strengthen the likelihood that I will attain this goal. Before I spoke with my advisor, Professor Suzuki, another 3-year goal was to return to UNTL Science Center and finish my MPH in biostatistics. However, Professor Suzuki advised me against this. He told me that the skills and knowledge I gained from my MPH in epidemiology and the experience, new skills, and knowledge I gained by applying this within my chosen career field will make an MPH in biostatistics redundant. I agree with this, and I'm glad I had the opportunity for him to advise me. He told me that it was truly, if I was truly dead set on showing prospective employers that I possessed the statistical acumen beyond that of an epidemiologist, that it would make sense to complete a biostatistics certificate for professionals and graduates within public health. This is something I will have to think about ultimately. Within 5 years to 10 years, I want to cultivate research relating to social vulnerability, warning systems, or risk assessment. Using the skills I'll develop while completing the GI certificate and applying it to the workplace, as well as the experience I'll gain as a mitigation planner, I will have a lot to contribute to these problem areas. Within 15 years, I want to pursue doctoral training in epidemiology at UNTL Science Center or sociology at UNT. When I choose to complete this program, it will be contingent upon where I end up within my career, geographically speaking. Every state has a preparedness and response unit, so I can't really speak to where I might live in 15 years. However, it's not uncommon for schools to offer doctoral training online, so that's a good thing. So wherever I may choose to move doesn't constrain the attainment of this goal. And lastly, within 20 years, I want to pursue a career in academia as a professor. Within this capacity, I'll be able to teach students what I've experienced and pursue research. Completing this career counseling plan and subsequently sitting down with my advisor really helped me to gain a foothold into my future. All I have to do now is stay focused, continue to learn, and develop. By doing this, I know I'll greatly increase my chances for self-actualization, and I hope everyone who watches this will attain their goals as well. Thank you.